Hello and welcome to my newest video. Today I'm going to take a quick first look at Parsec Frontiers or Frontiers. I think it's Parsec Frontiers. Now, what is Parsec Frontiers? It's the first massive multiplayer online strategy universe, and compared to most of the other Ethereum-based blockchain games that I have been doing videos on my channel, this has its own cryptocurrency. Now, it's still going to be an ERC-20 token, so it's going to be an Ethereum token, but it's going to have its own credits, and I think if you just go to the Bitcoin Talk site, they also have this main post or thread on bitcointalk.org. You can see here they call this token Parsec credits, and it's a utility token for the access to the MMO ecosystem of Parsec Frontiers. And generally how the game is going to work or wants to work is, I think, similar to EVE Online, for example. I think it's quite similar to, if you compare it to some of the games I've been talking about, to Ethernauts, for example, that also wants to kind of have this space MMO, space adventure feeling to it. I think Ethernauts is a little bit more story driven, while this game is a little bit more economy driven, but both of them try to do similar things. They try to develop similar features. And what's really interesting about Parsec Frontiers is that it has a real gaming company behind that have been developed. They did develop a few different other games, and apparently they state that they have had around 25 million active players, not at the same time, but over a course of a couple of years. For those of you who know these games, for example, they have been, as you can see here on the screen, the creators, or they are the creators of Block and Load and also Battlestar Galactica Online, which is also an MMO. Now, I haven't really played any of those two games before. I don't really know how successful they were. I obviously know the brand Battlestar Galactica, so it might just have been quite big, which is definitely great news for such a game, because it already tells you how serious this game is being taken by the developer. Now, we have had a lot of different games in the past. For some of them I also did videos about in the Ethereum, on the Ethereum blockchain, and they often just being developed half-assed to some degree. They're only there for a quick buck, basically. They don't really care about the game too much. They just want to get Ethereum and some investment so they can either run away with the money or just have a simple game mechanic that's going to be the core mechanic of your game. Now, in this game, this is actually quite interesting. It has its own team, and all of these team members, or most of them, as they have worked on quite big titles for the gaming industry, they are quite experienced as well. You can look through the team page yourself, and I think that also tells you how serious they take this game, and that they actually want to create a real game that will have a cryptocurrency aspect incorporated to it. And I think this is where the gaming industry, or at least the crypto gaming industry, wants to go to in the near future, or in the long run as well. So I think this is definitely looking really interesting and having a lot of potential, in my opinion. Now, you can go onto the website. I'm going to post it in the video description, so you can check it out yourself. There's a lot of information on how the economy is going to work. There's a roadmap as well. So they kind of see it, or kind of view it, the same way as most of the major cryptocurrencies do it when they have their ICOs. So you have all this information about the game. You have kind of USPs to give the user kind of an understanding how the game or the cryptocurrency stands out. They also have, most of the time, team pages, so you have a face to all the information you get, and to how the game is going to look like later down the line, and also roadmap, a blog, and also they actually have a white paper as well. To be honest, I haven't really looked at the white paper. You can check it out yourself as well. It's also linked on the website. As you can see here, that's actually quite comprehensive. And yeah, I think this game definitely has long-term potential. Obviously, I'm just taking a first look now, so I haven't really read myself into it. I'm going to do so in the future. I'm also going to post a link to Parsec Frontiers in the I'm sorry, not the link to the website. I already said that, but I mean the link to the official Discord, and you can talk to the developers or maybe to some community moderators. Yeah, other than that, check it out yourself. They also have this really interesting and neat looking kind of, well, video about how the game is going to look like. I don't know if it's actually going to look like this, if the game is in-game graphics, or if the trailer is in-game graphics, or if it's just some additional rendered video. But I think it looks really promising. I think it definitely has a long-term potential. I think they go in the right direction by using their own token, even though it's based on Ethereum. So it's not completely separate. I think that just gives them more freedom towards how they can create and develop their economy. I think right now there already has been a pre-sale of these tokens, as you can see here from the roadmap. Here it says January 2018 community building and marketing pre-sale. Now we are in the foundation registered and setup stage, and the next stage will be where we actually see some in-game design and some economy design, prototype of Galaxy crowd sale, and so on. So this is going to be the official crowd sale, so we're going to see more information about where the game wants to go, where the game is basically headed to. What's also interesting that they already have some media and partners that are quite large or quite well known, for example BuzzFeed. They also have a few ICO or ICO websites, big players in the ICO market, and also they are also stated on the State of the Dapps website as well. Now again, to my surprise, there aren't too many YouTube videos out yet about this game. There aren't too many other websites. There aren't too many articles about this game yet outside of these different media outlets of their development team themselves. So Medium page is obviously there as well, so you can get some more information about Parsec Frontiers in more detail, and you might even want to talk to the developers or at least to some more knowledgeable community members on the official Discord. So yeah, please leave a comment, tell me what you think about this game. Do you think this has some long-term potential? Do you think this game can definitely stand out from the rest of the game? Obviously, what I really find interesting as well, next to how professional they treat their game, is that they have the chance to enter a market that is already a bit used to spending money on games. So for example, if you compare to EVE Online, obviously EVE Online has a running economy that produces actual money, so it's not completely separated from an actual money value approach to some degree. So psychologically speaking, the hurdle to getting into such a game for previous EVE Online players or players that are used to spending money is not as high when you basically have to spend Ethereum on these games, or the specific token that they created. So yeah, in general, I think comparatively this has definitely a lot of interesting ideas and a lot of implementation that might just make the game stand out in the long run. In the end, I think April 2018, so around 1 month. I don't know when they're going to release the first in-game information. We're going to see or get a better look of how the game will actually work, or how the game will actually look like, because right now these rendered trailer information and the information you can find on the website and on these different media pages, they can be kind of deceiving because you don't really have too much information about it. This works similar to an ICO right now, or pre-sale ICO, and the crowd sale in April, where most of the intention and the interest to the game comes from the potential, and not really something that has been already out and tested. And I think what a lot of other Ethereum based games have the advantage compared to Parsec Frontiers right now is that they have been played so far. They have made the experience of playing the game, or their game being played, better to say. And I think I already said it in the last video. I said it in the video about hash puppies. I think experience is key in this really early stages of the crypto gaming industry, because yes, you can have the most experienced members in your team that have been developing games without any crypto aspect to it, but again, this is a market that is completely new. Economy will work differently. We have already experienced that some of these games can't really handle an economy that is based on actual digital asset that has some money value attached to it. So I think experience really is key for most of these games, and we are going to find out if Parsec Frontiers can create or can at least get some experience in the next couple of weeks or months, because I think again they have to learn from it, and they need this experience in order to improve their game, in order to improve the economy and make the game as great as it can be, in order to adapt to the mass market eventually. You know, if it can get even to some degree as popular as EVE Online or some of the other space games like Elite Dangerous or some of the other space games that have a working economy in the long run, that would be absolutely fantastic, obviously. And it might just be the first space MMO that incorporates cryptocurrency in a really interesting and well done way without leaving behind gameplay to some degree. So yeah, this was a really long video. I hope you liked it. Leave a comment again. Tell me what you think about this game. Do you think it has some long-term potential? Do you think right now, with cryptocurrency being a little bit of a depression stage, this game might be a disappointment? Do you think it will have some major pitfalls that it has to overcome eventually? Yeah. Other than that, hope you liked the video. Leave a like if you liked it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.